this is my Activity 5 complex circuit build. So write down my name, Harry Keegan. Boom. Check one. Now I'm just going to draw my circuit schematic. So what I have is 7.5 volt battery. That's there. And then I'll show you just here. There. And across. And now I have a TCR T5000. So I'm gonna get my transistor bulb just here. And that's gonna come down into a resistor. You can draw them like this. There's also other way of drawing them similar to this, but I don't do that. And that's gonna be 10 kilo ohms. And I'm just gonna draw these arrows in here. And now I'm gonna have my blue bulb, the infrared light, well, it emits infrared light. You can see that it's emitting light for the ASRs, and this one shows that it's taking in. It's like gathering light, you could say. It's basically just taking in the reflected light that is emitted from this. They both come down all the way here. I'm just going to give myself lots of space. Across. Now I have another 10 kilo ohm resistor, followed by another 10 kilo ohm resistor. Now I come across to this side here, and I'm gonna have my LM324. So that's shown just by a triangle. So I'll draw a pinout as well now in just a minute. But I'm just gonna write these in for now. This is my VCC plus. This is my VCC minus. That's gonna be red 11. Draw some here. Three. Close. And then it's gonna be my point one just here. The first pin comes down into an LED. Into another resistor. This one, however, is 220 ohms. Oh, I was actually supposed to draw a resistor here as well, and I forgot. Forgive me. That was 220 ohms as well. So 220 ohms. Then all of these come down here. And they join up with the negative side of my battery, or my power supply. So that's the circuit schematic. No, so that's the schematic done. Now I already have my circuit built. I'll show you just here. Okay, so I'll show you on here. TRC T5000, that's shown just here. Then my two resistors going out of it just there. And then have 10,000 ohm resistor, or 10 kilo ohm resistor. Same thing. Just here, have my LM324 just here. The notch is just on this side. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those are the pins. LED is just here, just there. My 220 ohm resistor, just here. So then, don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this here's the blue bulb. This here is my transistor bulb. Well, infrared transistor, and this is just a regular LED, but like this is infrared LED, so it emits infrared light. Just take this one. You see I've used appropriate wire, black for the negative side, red for the positive side, and just use the green for in between. Now I'm just going to test the circuit, and I'm just going to put my phone down real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect this up to my power supply. Now, so that is connected to my power supply just here. I already have it set to 7.5 volts, so I can just turn it on. And now that should work. If I move my fingers so some light is reflected, see it turns on there. Now I'll just show you on this. I have to put my phone down for this. Now, so what I've done is connected my multimeter here, and I've connected it to the negative side over here, and I've just put it in between my two resistors just there. So that's, I have it connected to the negative side, which is just here, and I have connected to just before it goes off into the LM324, just on this line here. And what that's going to do is it's just going to show me that what we're using these two resistors as is a potential divider, pretty much. So I have these two here. So I have basically the total voltage here. And then since these are both the same, I should have half the voltage here. And then that'll be nothing. So that's 0, that's a half, that's full. And as you can see on my multimeter, it's 3.6. So roughly half of my voltage there that's being supplied. Now I'm going to connect just another multimeter up. I'm going to connect it to my negative side. I'm going to put it in just after my infrared transistor. So I'm just gonna make sure that when more light is reflected, that the voltage increases. Okay, now I have this part of the multimeter just before my infrared transistor, and I have my negative rotors there. So we know that it's roughly 3.6 volts, 3.7 in between my two resistors here. And now for power to be supplied to this LED. Thanks to the LM324, I need the voltage that is supplied by my infrared transistor be more than the voltage just here. And when there's more light reflected from my blue infrared and it's received by my infrared transistor, then the voltage here will increase. And once this increases to more than the voltage I have here, it will allow my power to be put from my input, and I'll put it through my output just here and should activate my LED. So now you can see So there's very little, very little light being received by my infrared transistor. However, if I move my finger just above it, see that the LED is turning on there. There's 5 volts, which is bigger than my voltage between my resistors. So now if I move my finger just slightly away, let's see, oh, turned off there. So now I have roughly 2 volts going through my infrared transistor. The light is not on. It's because 2 is not bigger than 3. Or if I increase it to 4, now it's on. So that's my testing of the circuit done. Related nodes and schematic to the breadboard circuit. I've already done that when I drew my circuit. I explained it all. At least I hope so. But yeah, so that is done and dusted.